Can you hear me? No, hear me? Can you guys hear me, or do I need to jump out and come back in? Paul Mills has got to be my ears and eyes. If my lips are moving, no audio. Hold tight. Are we on now? Are we good? We're good. Hey, you never know. I was just sitting here getting ready to go live, and all of a sudden my computer just went took a shit. Sorry about that, guys. What is up? What is up? This is a random live. Neil McKenzie, Paul Mills. I know some of y'all just stopped by to say hey and had to bail because y'all were working folks. Been a bit. Good to see you, buddy. T Fetch. Good to see you. Pretty Fly, channel member. Robert Douglas stopped by before he had to crash. I appreciate that. Good to see all you guys. Joseph, Demonoc, channel member. T Fetch. I think I already said hey to you. Paul Mills, my eyes and ears. Demonoc, no audio. You got me there, brother. Drizzy, what's up? Channel member. Craig Wilkes. Playing with my little half track warning, even though I didn't carry it today since it's Warren Swift Wednesday. Lauren Smith, Craig Wilkes, what is up, guys? Scott B, channel member, welcome, brother. El Cap Addict, Craig Wilkes. And just so you guys know, I know there's other stuff I wasn't aware at the time going on. Know that I will be here as long, I'm kind of doing a late night live. This is 10:30 Central Time, but I forgot that there were other people, like I think Ron Fox and other people that do live. So you guys feel free to jump anywhere you want to, and know I'll be here when we get done because I have a feeling I have more stamina than those guys. Those guys. Roman in, what is up? Chris Hinkle. I've been drinking these double shot Starbucks energies. I say I've been drinking. I've had one earlier because I was just drowsy as all get out because I'm old. And then when I get a couple of them in me, I just get jacked up. Good to see all of you guys here. I hope everybody's having a great week. It's the middle of the week. I did not get my member video recorded today. I might get it recorded after this, depending on how late we go and how tired I am. I'm not much of a sleeper. Jeffrey Dawson, channel member at night, that is. I'm kind of nocturnal. I've really kind of slid into that habit since I haven't been working, and it suits me. Unfortunately, it suits me too well. But yeah, guys, I was trying to run two windows so I could see what was happening actually in YouTube and in StreamYard, but I have a feeling that's what kind of hosed me earlier. So I am Neil McKenzie, member for 4 months. You're always somebody, buddy. I appreciate every one of you members. You guys are the best, the best. Your support means everything to me. But you viewers, subscribers mean everything to me. I can't subscribe to all the channels I want to. I totally get it. Y'all are all loved here equally, and I appreciate the memberships more than you know. And I'm going to try to do more stuff for the members. I don't want to ever leave out subscribers or people who are just watching, even if you're not a subscriber. As long as you're a regular and you're known in the chat, I give something away and it's a name that I've never seen, I'll probably draw again or do whatever, And I know y'all aren't here for the giveaways, but as far as channel members go, that's something I've been kind of trying to really wrap my head around. And I think the most value I can give in a short amount of time, because we have such a core little group of channel members, is do channel member giveaways. And I've got some bangers that I'm moving out just to make room for other knives. And I can NAF sell them. I can NAF sell them tomorrow, but I'd rather put them back into the community because again, everything that comes in goes to the channel. but it goes to feed the channel, so to speak. The knives are coming out of my collection. Um, and again, it's because, like I said, if we were all hanging around, acid test kids, channel member, what is up? Like if we were all hanging around at a knife show or after Nashville knife show and passing out some knives, to just kind of DSKFS for somebody, you guys would be the ones I'd want to do that to. So that's why it works out. I appreciate the support. Red Ingram channel member, what is up, brother? But I appreciate it more than you guys know. But no, it's never, ever, ever required. Chef Rocky, what is up, buddy? I'm just glad to have y'all hang around. I'm glad to have you guys watch the content. And most importantly, I'm glad for y'all putting up with my slackness on comments. Timmy, what is up? Y'all sleep away, man. I'm just doing this for those late nighters who happen to be up, who are looking for people to hang out with. I didn't know other lives were going on because I don't think in, I guess, Western time. I do. I mean, I go through and look at the all my members, what's suggested to me, and I subscribe to just about everybody. But I don't look at the open on my phone. It's user error, but the calendar, because it still has my time as 8:45 Central Time for Friday Night Flicks, and I moved that up to 8:15 to give about more time to run right into said faction, so there wouldn't be as much downtime because I'd always fall asleep waiting from when I got through to when said faction started. So if I can be persistent and hang out there till everybody falls asleep. But Rochambeau was doing something I noticed. I don't know if he's done, but he's got a giveaway that I know he's doing something on. And you guys just know I will be here. Jake Korskin, what is up? Korskadden. Jay Korskadden. I'm trying to learn how to pronounce names, and I don't get a lot of feedback. And it's not y'all's fault. Y'all don't have a mic. But I'm gonna call you Jay Korskadden for now. And no, I appreciate you being here, brother. And we're just here to really have any to quote Ray at Everyday City Care. I don't have really any informing. Oh, his stream's ended. Good. I wasn't sure El Cap at it because again, those all popped up and populated in my. I watch YouTube pretty much exclusively, but I watch it on Apple TV. So, Fifth Door, what is up? The man, the myth, the legend. I watch that exclusively because I'm a short content guy, just because my ADHD's off the chain. Every now and then I'll flip over to Netflix and I'll try to get into a show. BEDC, good to see you, man. And I'll try to, but it always leads to the same thing. And if for any reason, guys, the stream crashes, I'll just sit here and I will be back within 45 seconds. I've learned as long as I don't push end stream, issues or error, that I can actually crash out, leave the studio, come back in, and everything's just. I learned that from said Stevie and Satisfaction from watching them have a couple of near fumbles. Blade Ogre, what is up? 5 Door, I assume you probably got to get up and work tomorrow, buddy. I apologize for going late. What I did on Mental Health Mondays, 2 weeks ago, we were kind of doing a live Mental Health Mondays and just talking about things that we would do to contribute, to do a little something extra, each week. Smile. And this is not to take the place of the things that we all do, right? Are you in touch with Rom? Craig Wilkes, talk to me. I don't think I am in touch with Rom. I'm in touch with you guys, but depending on who Grom is, I'm not sure. Yes, Big Red. Was Grom the one that won Big Red's giveaway? I'm just putting stuff together from the chat. Dude, believe it or not, I say since I've been out of work, I don't sleep. But when I was working full time, full corporate, I would go to bed at 3:30, and I'd roll out at 5:30, and I couldn't go back to sleep. I'd do stuff around here, work out and stuff like that, and then I'd be gone. But I've kind of enjoyed it. I'm looking at it kind of as a mental vacation, a rebuilding, reassessment time. I know I'm going to stay in digital media, digital marketing, the digital advertising space. I just don't know in what capacity, right? It's just kind of one of those things that it's crazy for me to rush into something because I don't have to. Do some me work. Greg Maroney, channel member, and Thomas McDonald, channel member. What is up, guys? And we will do something kind of random later tonight, you know. And I know y'all aren't here for giveaways, but like I say, while I've got stuff to pay out forward in video, I will be making um, tomorrow. That'll be I put a teaser up. I had it on thumbnail, and I have dug it out. I probably even have the box. It comes in one of those plastic boxes. But this is the Dejin XL titanium acid stonewash. It is a front flipper, but I'm not a front flipper guy, so fuck that. I just flip it. But it's a full size knife. It's not the little tiny gin. I used to have that, but I had a G10. It was gifted to me, I think I won that from, God, what was his name? He doesn't do Instagram lately, or he doesn't do YouTube lately. He was around for a while. I'll never forget his name. But anyway, I want a small one, but this is the big one. This is the full size titanium S35. When I was collecting Dan designs, Demon Knock, that's awesome, dude. That's all that I can hope for is when I give a knife away that A, it goes to one of you guys that I know, that I see, that I see in other people's chat, that I know are really here for community. What's up, Colby? And to hear that you're enjoying it, you know, I don't want you to cut yourself with it, but once it leaves here, I'm unfortunately not responsible. No, not Thrasher, not Thrasher. Um, it's a guy. He was a younger guy, and he was real nice. He did some giveaways a bunch. He was around. I don't know. I'm terrible with names, but and he had a unique channel name that didn't have knives in it. I don't think. But in either case, yeah, this will be Friday's member giveaway, and it is a banger. This is a great knife, perfectly centered. I can open it up. Again, I don't think it has skiss in it. Guys, this comes apart with 2 screws. It's got a captive pivot. And then I go at it from this side because this screws the body screw, and it comes apart like a champ. But that'll be going in. And this won't be, but this was a gift sent in from one of our loyal viewers who happens to be in the chat, and I'm just enjoying the ever living F out of it right now. And this is a tiny little Boker USB drop point. I've never had it out the front. Well, I've had a couple of little lightnings and stuff when I was in the hobby 2 hobbies ago, because I've gone through the knife game, through all kinds, exactly right, the EDC, the Boker USB, and it is an absolute banger. I've been more blown away with this little knife. I've handled, as you might imagine, at shows. I've never handled a hawk, and I've heard it's totally different, and I know that it is, and I can appreciate mentally probably what that's like, even though I probably am not getting the full picture of it. But this is as good of a, as fiery and as stable and as reliable as any little EDC knife. And then we'll have other stuff going on, and we'll have something going on tonight. But I don't think, I'm trying to think if I've had anything exciting come in. I don't think I've really had anything that exciting come in since Friday. I've gotten a little flashlight, and then I got, I did maybe get something y'all had today. It is totally out of my wheelhouse, but this will nicely segue into what did we all carry today. So I'm going to go with my carry, and I'm going to break out the newest knife last. So I'm going to start with my left pocket, my slip joint, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do no, what is it called? No lock November or no lock October. I carried, even though I carry a slippy and a fixie every day, unless since I'm not going to the office every single day, but I don't think I can do away with my modern folders. So in my left pocket, I had the Jackwell low drag, which is a banger little knife. And in my fixie, I don't know if y'all watched Jared Neves, but when they were talking to Tim at TKL Knives, I'm a huge TKL fan. They're right over in Georgia. He's about 60 miles from me. But this is that little piranha. You guys have seen me post about it. It's kind of taking the place, and I'm not saying taking the place because I love all my knives, but it's got that choil where my chickadees don't, and it's got that deep concealment carry clip that they were talking about today that I can't really get in my pocket now. I probably can. I mean, it locks in there. But if you've ever seen an ulti clip, this is like an ulti clip. This deep concealment clip is like an ulti clip. It doesn't have that little spring and that hard thing to pop out, right? But when Jared and Tim were talking about the sheaths and the difference that these sheaths make, the retention is fantastic. But if you can see this jimping right here, I don't know if I'm focusing on it, but once this locks in, I keep this in my back pocket. I don't keep this knife in my appendix. Now, I could if I wanted to put a strap on it, but I carry it right now in my pocket. And since today I'm wearing 511s, it's down on my pew side under my lower pocket. So I just clip it in with that ulti clip, and then it pulls out to cut packages or to cut whatever it needs to cut. And I don't know if they mentioned it tonight, but those hardware that their buddies over at Glock are making for TKL were designed by Tim for his scales. And I think the fact that they've come up with that karambit scale, I am praying and I'm actively lobbying for more of those designs because you guys need to look at their website. I mean, more of those designs, and I forget the names of the ones with the ring or whatever you want to call that, the fighting ring. And I know why they're there. They're tactical knives, but they're also perfect EDC knives. For you bigger guys, when you guys like to carry a little bit bigger knife, and I think I've got my Bradford 3 to show you size comparison, but this is the TKL Raider. Jared and Tim call them pre-orders. I call them reservations. There were reservations for these and for the Piranhas. This is the Bradford Guardian, but this is a TKL Raider. And what I love about this knife and what I love about all Tim's knives, and then I'll quit talking about them, is the way that the handles are done. Yes, you can choose the color way that you want, but if you look at the way that, I don't know what you call that, not jimping, but that those little finger grooves, even though they're not actual grooves, they make it very sticky in your hand and it doesn't feel hot. And what I really love about these knives is the fact that they will hack through anything. I don't know if they talked about it tonight, but not only are they 80 CRV, I want to say HD, but they're treated with nitrite boron, which makes it look stonewash. That looks stonewash. And it's probably got stonewashing that goes on in the process, but it's treated with this nitrite boron, which is the same thing that they treat pew carriers with, and his buddies at Glock used to treat most of their parts. So they're heat resistant, corrosion resistant, and wear resistant. So all these blades and tangs, if you look at the color of the little one in my pocket or the Raider, those are both treated with that nitrite boron. And if you go on the website and you read some of the manufacturer of the product, the nitrite boron manufacturer's data, it's rated at like an 80 CRV. So it's very tough coating. And again, they're American made, really nice people. That's how I came to actually get to know them, was bumping into them and talking to Tim and his wife Suzanne, which are really the only people who I've met at TKL. I understand people working with it, but a great company, great fixed blades. And Lauren, I'll switch them out, but I love fixed blades. And that's what I try to stress to anybody coming into the hobby or anybody that's in the hobby. I can only speak for me, and I've only been in the hobby for less than I've been in the hobby for years and years, on and off, because I'm kind of fluctuate with my focus, right? But since I got back in early COVID, which was totally by accident, and I won't tell that story again, But I've seen people come, and what I want people to realize is I came in for a specific love of action. I mean, that's what I was all about. Give me the knife with the smoothest action, Riot, best tech, give me some nice quality, blah, blah, blah. That's what I wanted. I don't want to hear about slip joints. I don't want to see slip joints. Fixed blades, boring. That is exactly what I thought. Um, I was absolutely convinced that I would never own a slip joint again. And I never thought be shady. I would ever own a chickadee or a knife like that until Lefty did his voodoo magic and fell in love with it. And now I have two, and it's literally, granted, I'm going to do a quick little side by side, but that's a chickadee, right? 245 bucks. I love it. I've got three of them. That's 20 CV. I've got one in S90V and I've got one in MagnaCut. I carry them at my appendix. I could easily carry my TCAL at the appendix as well. So if you look at the blade, I happen to carry that in my back pocket, just the way I've got it set up. But the blade's about the same length that you've got this handle. Again, made in America, 150. 250, worth every single penny. I love this. I love the materials he makes them out of. I can honestly say I'm collecting 4V I do not have yet. Be Shady, if you ever want to get rid of that, let me know. Um, I I am Honey Bear was nice enough to bring me into the Jacob Creates world with one of my favorites. A, because it came from him, and B, because the hand ground S90V is freaking gorgeous, and it's a full flat grind where my Magna Cut and my 20 CV, if you'll notice, they're like, I don't know what the measurement would be. Would that be a 7/8 flat grind? Where if you can look up towards the spine on this knife, you'll see that little bit of flat come down. And Kyle Coonley, if he was in here, but he's not, I'm sure he's sleeping like a normal person. That little bit of flatness up there is different than on this knife. On both the other knives, it is it has got that little step there that I guess makes it slightly less flat for the flat. But yeah, this is an absolute. All of these are little bit bangers, and I'll tell you, if you ever get a chance, I'm going to reach out. I've been saying I need to do this, but if you go to LT Wright's website, they're an American maker. They also partner with the Kydex sheath maker, and this is a little knife called the Pioneer First. And this one I happened to pick up at DLT. It's got a black micarta handle, and you can tell that the leather sheath has kept this part dry, and it's got this part looking good. I could easily oil this up or put wicked wax on it. But that is a hand ground Magna Cut blade at 64, 65. And this knife with this sheath at DLT, full retail, was 90 bucks. If you go to LT Wright's website and you purchase this knife in 4V, you purchase it in any of the ABEL, you purchase it in MagnaCut, you can buy this knife for $75 or $65 without a sheath. And I've still got to call the partner that they refer to on their website, LT Wright Knives, and get a Kydex sheath so I can carry this more. But this thing right here, an absolute all fixed thing. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a ferro rod, as dangerous and dumb as that sounds, because everybody likes fireworks. Oh, God. So let me pull out my ferro rod and see if I can get it unhooked here. All right. So the back of this MagnaCut is so sharp. I mean, literally, I feel it. Good 5-door, man. I've left you up there. You said that a long time ago. I'm sorry, guys. All right, ready to see some sparks? But it is an absolute fire starter for under $100. hard, well heat treated, made in America, beautifully equal swedges on both sides, sharp, and I mean sharp, sharp. Ah, that's cutter air. It's sharper than that, guys. It should be cutting that off. I haven't beat it on anything. This is a great little knife. So if you guys are looking for small EDC fixed blades, and you just want to get in the hobby and dip your toe, go to White Mountain Knives, and they're about 5 2 sons. This one's magnet. This one's M390. This one's about 44 bucks. But they've got about 4 to 5 different designs. TS 150, which is my favorite, which was the first one I got. This is the most chickadee like, just a little bit smaller. S90V for about 45 bucks. They've got a 246, I believe, that's M390 that's got more of a drop point that I love for less than $50. They have this knife, which is M390, little compound ground Tonto that's just so pokey, so slicey. But again, you can carry it horizontally at your appendix, so you can draw it that way, or you can pocket drop it. So you'll get there and you'll go, Javon, there are no knives in stock. Trust me, if you put in your address, your email address, or your burner account, as long as you check it, within a month, you'll get an email and he gets a handful of these. Because I watch them come and I watch them go. And I've grabbed them. I think I've even given one away that I bought again because it became available, because they're such a good deal. And I don't know how you feel about Tucson, and I don't blame you for feeling any way you feel. But for a fixed blade knife that's made really, really well to get you in at a very, very low cost, I don't think you can go wrong there. And just so you guys know, I invited several people to join us. Don't know if they will or not, but I haven't gotten to my main carry because we're getting ready to do pocket checks. Because I can see Greg Maroney's already talking about what he's carrying. So that was my fixed blade, which was the TCAL. My slip joint was my Jacob Creates. And y'all know what that is? You would never expect me carry it or talk love about it. Anybody know what that is? I don't know if you can read that clip. TS247, is that the fixed blade? Did I get it wrong? Is that the little fixed blade with the nice little belly drop point? Paul, they sell the best solid little fixed blades that I've kept all of them. I don't think I've given any away because I do. I love them so much. You're right, Five Doors, and Mini A100. And I'm going to be in full transparency. I became aware of this knife originally through Erica back at Erica's, I forget what her channel was. She's got a channel now, and I subscribe to it. I rarely watch it. But then I went in 2022, I went to their booth, and they had the A100 available. I could have bought it. It was the third day of Blade Show. They didn't have any minis, and this came up on NAF sale. So I bought it, and this is not a negative at all because I haven't found, yes, it's a very, what I would call crude representation of a knife, but that's a good thing to say, and crude is the wrong word. Let me think of how I can euphemize that just a bit. It's a very function before form knife. So it's a hard built, titanium framed, thick 154 cm blade that is just a work blade that locks up perfectly. But what I found to be fascinating, and y'all will never be able to see this, is see the grind on that side? See how I've got that Scandi look, and then you've got that grind that we would all set our angle to and sharpen it? I'm going to have to reach out to Jared Neves or Kyle Coonley because you flip it over, and you've got that same Scandi, but it comes down to a zero edge. So on your clip side, you have no bevel. So I assume you hand sharpen that bevel, you get that sharp, and then you just knock your burr down. But Rick, I don't know, man. And again, I don't know how often you'll need to sharpen it because, like I say, I don't use five door. How do you sharpen them, or do they just not really need it much? I've never had a CX, but I've all right. The ProTech Mordax and the A-Purvis Blades, Rook, awesome carry demon. I am sending my ProTech Mordax to David. I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to mess with it at all. But he said, dude, if you've got the least bit of lash, which I do, because I've got a Malibu, and for some reason mine's just got that little bit of lash. When I pick it up out of my case, I can feel the weight shift in it, and it bothers me. And I'm not that picky. But I figure, why not? Crispy Critter, buddy. I just wonder, and I asked brother Jason Grant because I've got a chisel grind from him, chisel from Joey Roman, and I asked if there was a preference to one cutting better for a right-hander versus a left-hander, and I was told by both that not really when you look at the physics of the cut. What changes is how your line of sight lines up the cut, right? Which can make a cleaner cut depending on how you're. Be shady. That's exactly how I felt. But anyway, I saw it on NAS sale, and I watched it for 2 days. So it came. The guy shipped really fast. He happened to be one state over in Georgia. He bought it for a mod project, which I'm kind of curious. I need to message him to find out what that was. He never did. The G10 feels great on it. Take it apart with two Phillips head screws and a dime. I took this thing all the way apart because it was a little janky when I got it, but I put some of Justin OCD for EDC Slick 'em all. First, I cleaned out the internals of the knife, which weren't that dirty, but I cleaned out any machining oil, any crap like that, any old grease, and then I put some Slick 'em all on the washers on both sides, cleaned out the blade, and it's just it's been a joy. And I was surprised it could front flip too, even though I hate front flipping, as you know. But I'm really fascinated about what's the best way, and I'm sure Jared will know, but what's the best way to preserve that same jam? I would think it'd be about half as hard as sharpening both sides. The Frontier Valley is a little bit larger, Patina Turner, so I would say it's probably a much better knife, and that points out a great point. Guys. So what Patina says, if I'm not missing it, I'm not looking at their website, but I think the Frontier Valley is about 3/4 of an inch longer in handle than the Frontier First. I think it's still a 3-inch blade, but I'm not sure. Jumping Jeffrey Dawson. Let me see if I missed anybody, guys. Y'all are terrible. And now my mouse isn't moving, which makes me think I'm probably going to crash, but I'm not going to let it happen. So Jeffrey Dawson carried his MagnaCut RSK because his auto RSK came in today. How is that, man? I love Hogue. And a lot of people say, well, they don't fire like Protex, but that doesn't mean they don't have a beautiful resonance when they fire. I think Hogues have some of the best automatic action personally, but I've never tried an RSK. And I assume it's actuated by that axis slot. So I'm not necessarily sure how that would work. But y'all throw up, if I've missed it, throw it up again or say, fuck off, Evans. I'm curious what y'all carried. That's what I carried. And to be honest with you, I have not had to cut with this yet because that's much easier to get than to get anything out of my pocket. And this cuts like a dream. And then I wanted to use my Feel Good jack to get into a package, which I did. Low drag jack. Those are the only two jack wolves I have, the Feel Good and the low drag. And I've been very, very tempted by the Pioneer. Thank God the Ultim sold out, even though I know that if I go and hunt, I can probably find one. The FSD Mini and Launch 11. Mad win, Chef Rocky. Mad win. Now, I'm not exactly, let me Google the Launch 11, because I think I've got the little tiny, I think it's a Launch 9. Launch 11 Kershaw. Those are great knives, and Protect built them right up to, yes, that's the one that I think is the best of all the launch series. And that was one that was still made by Protect. The one I have, I think, is the Launch 9. It's a little short chode. Kershaw Launch. Nope, that's not the one I had. So let's just go Kershaw Launch. Guys, I'm not ignoring y'all. If you're typing, I'm not seeing it because I'm trying to pull some knives up so I can show you the one that I'm trying to remember. If I go series, then we'll pull up Blade HQ, or we'll just go to Kershaw site. I'll share it with you guys, and we'll look at them together because we got nothing else to do. And again, if we crash, y'all sit tight and talk about me. I think my battery's almost dead in my mouse, and I hate to use a touchpad, which would probably be much quicker. That little guy right there, that's the little one I've got, which is a small, but this one, the Launch 14, is the first one, to my understanding, that they took out of Protect. They actually are putting together themselves. This is my favorite, which I have not owned. The little Launch 11 or whatever, the Launch 4. The one that I have, I bought it for like 89 bucks. It was on sale. I sharpened it on a fixed system, which made it kind of wonky. This should have been hand sharpened. Now I would hand sharpen it, but it's still very good for what it's supposed to be, which is to jab somebody. But yeah, I'm speaking of jabbing somebody, not that I ever would, but I learned tonight that TKL makes tactical knives, and I'm not in the tactical side of the game, but I appreciate them because some of the knives that I have are indeed, if you look at them, tactical knives. But one of the buddies that was a TKL fan said, "One of your knives saved my friend's life last week. Hey, Junior Miz." And I feel bad for the other guy. He survived, but he's in bad shape. And the knife that was deployed on this other fella in Mississippi was a TKL Piranha. So he had it in his back pocket. The guy came out and attempted to rob him at gunpoint, went for his wallet, acted like he was going for his wallet. I'm definitely going to get the knife from Neves Double D10 because I want to support both of those guys, but it's 100% going to be a collection piece to kind of just love because those guys, Abner Taylor, IV, my man, tell me you watched Asperito Drum and you got into that as much as I did. But yeah, I'm doing late nights, Abner. I'm currently a free agent. I'm working off just some good vibes and some time off, and life is good. Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, this little A100 has been an absolutely joy of a simply underestimated, simple knife, great Slurpee saver, great cutter. I know there's got to be an advantage to having one side have a bevel, and I would think if you're in the field, you're only really sharpening one and stropping the other. That could be wrong. And then Abner will appreciate this. Abner, check this knife out. This is a manual out the front by Rion. This is what our Billy Strings trip got the channel. This is in what they call not Arctic, something pine. What is it? Piney. I forget the carbon fiber. It's fat carbon fiber, but it's a Tonto blade. It's gravity knife, the most illegal knife. Alabama doesn't have them illegal, but about 46 states have these illegal. So I carry it, I can lock it, pull it out, drop it. Locks in right there. So it's 100% as I squeeze the handle, it's locked. As I pull that handle up, it just disappears back into the frame. It's so cool. Damn Ninja Timmy, Abner Taylor 4 was the best man in my wedding. He's the reason I got married. Maddie, jump in, buddy. I wanted any of you guys. think I sent links to everybody. I know y'all are probably like, the last thing I want to do is get in front of people. I just did 3.5 hours, but I'm only doing this. And I told him earlier, Maddie, you might not remember, but you did the live mental health Mondays 2 weeks ago. And you said, what can we all do to make a difference in somebody's life, right? So we all practice our daily smile, be nice to people, try to make people's days better after they see you than before they bumped into you, right? But I also kind of vowed to try to do a late night and kind of do it randomly, but it seems to be falling on Wednesdays and do them as late as people want. Because if people need ears, if people want to talk about things, whether it be knives, whether it be gossip, whether it be they're having a shitty day, whether it be they're having a great day, whatever it is, you guys, you and Sharif are the inspiration. That's why you are always, always welcome. It's like a midweek mental health Monday checkup is the way I look at it. Because I did. I vowed to do it, and I felt like if I do it once, which was last week, and Maddie would never think this about me, but my brain goes, Maddie and never going to think I'm just in it for the one time, and that's not how I roll. So I don't mind being here for you guys as long as you guys are here. And, any questions, anything y'all got going on in the chat? I think I'm caught up. I'm trying to just read to see if somebody comes up with something that we can address, that we can talk about. In the meantime, I'm going to show you this ugly SOB, and then I'm going to tell you why I bought it. Better yet, I'm going to show you why I bought it. We're going to see if it's still available. And it is a Brian Brown Raptor V2, which is not my altogether jam. I would not, had I not gotten the text from them, gone to one of the favorite knives in my collection, as you guys may or may not know, is the Brian Brown Jaeger, which is this guy. But if you look, the Raptor has the exact same Brian Brown down here in the pivot, same pocket clip. It's just a deep hollow grind, wicked knife, right? But Brian Brown knives are expensive. So I get this text from Smoky Mountain Knives, and it says, hey, come to our site busters. Y'all have seen them. So when I go Raptor, all right, let's see if they're still available. All right, check this out. Not that anybody's in the mood for a Raptor, but if you are, let me show you why I took the chance to get a Raptor. So I go to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I search Raptor. And then I just hit enter, enter, enter. Look at this. I can get the Arctic Storm for $375. I can get the Raptor and the Lava Flow for $375, or I can get the Toxic Storm for $271. Over $100 off for the same knife. So that, to me, boys and girls, if you like fine knives that come from Riot that are designed by Brian Brown, you cannot lose with this knife. M390 hollow ground blade, titanium, oxide, frame lock with what I think is a really cool, what do they call it, Toxic Storm carbon fiber. Sliced here and then all get out, perfectly centered, the Riot deal. For Abner Taylor, if he's still in here, that's all it comes in. It comes in a unmarked white box and a Brian Brown pouch. But if you purchased a Jaeger, you'll know. And they also take Sezzle, so $67 times 4 tells you how it rolls there. No credit check, blah blah blah. I think you pay like $4. I'm not encouraging Sezzle. I'm just letting you guys know it's there. And I could not pass it up. And if you look at it compared to the Jaeger, they're two knives from Brian Brown that he turned over from Customs Productions that look much different than each other. So they fit different voids in my collection, right? But they're from the same maker. And if you've ever met Brian, I see him every year. That's where I want to get Ab Taylor, because he does time in Nashville and time in Jackson. But in November, we go to the Nashville Custom Knife Show. Brian Brown's always there. I always meet with TRM there. That's where I purchased both of my Protex from. Not both, not all of my Protex, but my Malibu and my Vortex were both bought from Dave in person, and I got a great deal on them. So that's why going to those knife shows makes a lot of sense. You get to see a lot of different knives, but for me, it's getting to connect with the people, like we connect with the people in the community, to take it a step further. And I'm going to say it, to connect with Greg Bedford, to connect with Brian Brown, to connect with Israel Bacchus. You find they're all different, but you find they all have the common love for knives. And most of them have a love for the basic freedoms. So I'm not going to go off any tangent, but it's just worth going to some of those smaller shows because the access. I sat and talked to Andrew and John Demko for 10 minutes till I got bored and picked up enough stickers because they sold out early, which I wasn't altogether a fan of what they brought. But that's their gig, and I don't blame them. You got to sell them while their people are wanting to buy them. But they just sat there and talked about their whole gig. They were very transparent, kind of like when you see Lefty on a live talking about how they make knives, the margins they make, who they use. Andrew and John were talking about the Taiwanese company, which is one of the reasons I'm 100% convinced, and I didn't bring it up, but I'm almost 100% convinced that the same company that makes the Jack Wolf, or not the Jack Wolf, the Demko 80-20.5, one of my favorite knives, makes the Arcadia, or not the Arcadia, the Arcade. Uh-oh. We got a weight cap. That means I'm gonna have to feed this motherfucker here in just a second, or it's gonna start breaking shit. Let's see what happens. Check out the yellow rose. I love this knife. This is my first GEC, Great Eastern Cutlery. Made in America, by Americans, using the old original machines that they bought. Pocket Metal knows the whole story. The only downside is it's got the satin blade. It won't rust, but it's a fingerprint magnet. I also have this Great Eastern Cutlery. It's the same body, Barlow, but it's a clippy. And it's so good. So good. And then lastly, the S&G, I had to, when I had the chance to buy it, I had to pick out the Stag GEC penknife. Love it. Little warning, little Whittler. Again, probably my favorite and most carried. Is the Jack Wolf Feel Good Jack. Even though I've got the low drag jack in my pocket, this is slicier, in my opinion. And it's got that tip, but this has got a belly. So if I was going to skin a trout, which Ab Taylor, if he's still in here, which he's not, he'd laugh at me. But I actually did skin trouts for a summer with Dita up in the mountains. And this, with the belly, is a fantastic slicer, fantastic skinner. I would choose this over this for skinning trouts. But for my daily EDC, what I carry and what I'm doing with it during the day, the Feel Good Jack is the winner for me. It has got this super, super low hollow grind that is just, I mean, just wicked, wicked sharp. We've got a bunch of paper on the other side, but I have to get up to get it. Yeah, from Madonna. Whoops. But guys, I know Jack Wolfs are expensive. I get it. and that's why I only have a couple. I would have only had one, but I went to buy this one, and I found the low drag that I thought was long sold out in the colorway that I wanted, which is that carbon fiber. I forget what the color is. Carbon fiber. I'm looking for my other flip. But yeah, when I saw the shred carbon fiber was still available, I pulled the trigger on this and let the feel good sit there at the same location because I knew it would still be available. Because within 24 hours, I came back to that hit. Hippie, are you sitting on? Are you watching on? Now, I think we can let that out. Just gonna leave it out. And then another great slit joint, guys, and I think these are still available and they're very economical. These little Q-Vist variants, Jacob Lundquist, about $125, titanium, 20 CV, little small knife, fantastic little sheath. I don't have it with me, but it does come with a sheath. Turn your little on. She wants her little guy turned on. That's her buddy. But this is a great little knife. It's got a super finger pull. Paper slices so I can show you that they all cut. And guys, every slip joint in my collection I learned early on, I sharpen with either my 4-inch beneaths by hand, like I hold them and sharpen them freehand, or 80% of the time I will use my Work Sharp field sharpener. It has the one like 600 grit stone, and then it's got like a 340, I think, grit stone, and then it's got a ceramic and a strop. I don't use the strop, I better know that. But it is a great, great sharpening system. But if Ab Taylor's here, I want him to take a gander at this fine specimen of knifedom. We need to get him in the knife game. Believe me, he's got the same. He buys more musical shit, but this is such a good knife. And I'm getting ready to do my second review on it because I did a review on it, but it was a review on a different variation that my buddy A to Z EDC had. So I had it for a week, but if you're like me, when I have even my best buddy that's local and I have his knife, because I don't want people mailing me knives to review and send back because I don't feel comfortable with that. And I've got enough of my collection that I can talk about and do comparisons and do wacky shit like my top 5 this, top 10 that. But this knife, after I reviewed it, it really touched the spot and they were still available. They were actually available at a company called not Clinging, or Klingenreich, which is a Klingenreich.de, which is a German company. They might still have them. Let's see. But luckily, one of the brothers in the community, my man Lord Needham, sold me his at a very fair price. Let's go to Klingenreich. And let's see if they still have. And what I've heard is I've heard the shipping because my buddy AZ EDC has bought several different knives from there. And he says that once you do the conversion from euros in the free shipping, he buys a lot of stuff and I've seen stuff from there. But guys, you might check this site out if you're ever looking for stuff. And you can switch it to where, let's do this. Let's go to English. You can at least read what it says. And I'll go, look at this right here. All of them are up. No, they're all sold out. But that 415 wasn't $415. This is the variation I wanted that I almost bought, but I didn't. And this is the variation that my buddy had that I reviewed that I fell in love with. And then the one that I found from Brian had the carbon fiber that they didn't have at Clean Work. They've got great knives. I don't know if y'all can see this. All prices, but it's stuff that's looking at it from a European point of view, right? You're looking at what's hot the way I look at it, and I'm a freaking what do I know? But the way I look at it, you're looking at what they like over there, which I think opens our eyes if you're open minded, which is a rant I started earlier, and I don't know if I ever finished, but it was basically if you don't like slip joints or fixed blades now, don't ever say never because you'll eat your words like I did. I'm sorry those are out, guys. They were there for a while, and I was about to buy one, but my brother, Lord Needham, saved me the 3 weeks of waiting for it. He did say that was the only problem. He said they shipped real quick, but it did take about 3 weeks. But they've got cold steels. I'm just kind of going all their knives, seeing if we see anything different. And I'm really not seeing anything else that's blowing my skirt up. I've got one of these. This is a wicked little knife, made in America, super thin, S35V. I mean, it's sick thin. But this is a pretty cool store. And again, even though they're in Germany, they don't charge you anything wacky. You can go there. They've got J capes in stock, $4.99. I forget what the conversion rate is, but Google will tell you right now. And they've got some pretty cool configurations. I like the satin tumble myself because I'm kind of a simplistic dude. But my buddy A to Z EDC has one he's got this one or one very similar to this, and he's got one that's got a 3D paisley pattern. I'm going to show you guys real quick because I think it's that cool. Bear with me. I'm fighting off the cat with one hand. Do this. Let's do this. Share this. Y'all tell me if y'all think this is cool. A lot of people would think it's cheesy. I thought it was very cool. And I told him if he sold it, give me first right of refusal because even though I couldn't afford it, and if you're not following A to Z, he's only got 503 followers. This dude goes to Blaze Show with me every year. He's got some of the coolest freaking knives. I mean, he's got Shiros. These are Steve Clary Super Steel Steve knives. These kitchen knives that are ground as thin as anything as I've seen. Look how thin that grind is. Magna Cut, badass knives. But anyway, I want to show you this. I mean, dude, y'all follow this guy. He buys the right knives. He could work on his photography, but we all could, right? That's his favorite, just like said Stevie. That's me. That's his knife that I reviewed, but I like mine better. And then this is the material I'm talking about right here on this JK. See that paisley? I love it. But he's got three of them with a bunch of different scales, and your paisley goes in the front end of that if you put the paisley on it. But yeah, I'll drop. There it is, right there. Let me go back to this video, and then I'm going to drop his jizzy in the. You're gonna have to calm down, baby. I'll rub you. But don't you think that looks cool? I do. I think it looks banging. Let's do this. Let's go back to A to Z. Let's get his little thing. Let's copy it. Let's drop it in here. And you guys go give him a follow. Tell him Javon sent you. It'll make his day. And you'll see cool shit. I wouldn't send you somewhere that was going to be a non-posting page or a page that wouldn't post stuff. That he's the one that lends me the cool stuff, like this knife that made me want to buy it. He lent me his Evo Rio. He lent me both his XO and XOM, and he's the one that first sent one to Joe Lancelot Leather for Joe to make two sheaths with. One of them's kind of preceded Jeff's order, and it's now Joe's standard XO sheath, not the XOM, but it's awesome. And Jeff's just a good guy, so go follow him. Give him some love. Tell him I sent you. And what else I've really been pleased with, and I'm digging, is my Growler V2. I don't know how many of y'all got into it. It doesn't have to be carbon fiber for it to be good. I know that's what everybody was chasing. I would have been probably just as happy with a G10 or with an aluminum if it was all I could get. But really do like this knife. I love the way it cuts. I'm a big fan of the version 1. The contouring of the scales, the jimping on the blade, and most importantly to me, the narrowness of that finger hole, so I don't accidentally stick my finger hot dog down the hallway where I get that whack whack because I can't get it to click because my finger's stuck through it. I love this guy. Paper Bear, and I do too. I mean, I think of all the, I've got a MASH for V2, I've got a Pony Scout, and I did not order a Pioneer Jack. If I did Twang Thang, I wanted the Ulta, but I knew it was going to go first. And if I order one, I'd be happy with any carbon fiber. And if they were sold out and I was in a position to get one, I'd get either one of the titaniums. They're awesome looking. You know, they're a little thicker than his others. I've got a low drag in my pocket now, and the one I carry probably the most is my Feel Good, and they're ground thinner. Ben even talked about that because that style knife, that quad buster slash side buster, more of a farmer's knife. So he had to start with a thicker stock because he does everything very period specific, right? But I definitely want one. The Ultim, I would check if I was buying one right now. I would be searching for an Ultim on some of the smaller dealer sites, and that would be my first choice, followed by any other carbon fiber. This knife is great for what it is. After discount, it is under $100. I think it was $99 shipped, which to me makes the sub $100 knife, which falls into my value knife. Now, when I do my pontification over what I think are great values at under $100, I will point out that the Miguron Moirel and the Miguron Polonus and these other wonderful knives are half this price and fantastic. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a better knife for this. And this is not the number one knife of the year. Newsflash. There's one that beats this one out. And I bet you can all guess what it is. It has 2 letters associated with it. Actually, it has 4. It has the brand and it has the model number. What is it? Throw it up there. What is the number one under $100 knife Yvonne thinks this year? It has 2 letters that are in the beginning of it, and then the model number is 2 letters as well. I'll give you the first letter in the 4-letter is W. The last letter is D. Duty. I gave it away. You guys either aren't paying attention. Miguron Moirels are awesome. You should know what my number one knife is. It's the Wii Field Duty. It's the BB Field Duty. I blew it. I didn't give y'all fair. I was wrong because I was thinking about my Wii. I've got them both. When I say here, it's in a different case. But this knife, guys, the Vision FG is my early. This is to all my buddies in the chat. This is my number one, followed by this one. And I hate to say that, but the Wii version, Wii makes or Civivi and or Wii make a 2-screw pocket clip, titanium for $12.95. I'm gonna go to Amazon and show it to you. And I bought it after I put my Miguron clip on it, just to have something temporarily, and it made all the difference in the world. So I'm gonna go Civivi. Watch this. And I urge any of you that have the FG and you want to make it for $12, you don't want to put bearings in it for another 12, which I would. But if you don't, at least buy this clip. It comes with 3 packs of screws. You don't need to use any of their screws. They're all from different knives, only if you've lost your screws. So you can use the screws that come out of the FG, put this bad boy in, It is gonna make you watch that shit. But yeah, go to Amazon. You can have delivered in 2 days. They make some cheaper ones. Um, I wouldn't do it. You know, if you want the titanium bit, if you want a bundle, get a bundle. If you want two, get two. If you want it with a knife, you can get it with a knife. But that clip for your FG, you can get it in satin or you can get it in black. And I would recommend jumping all over it. And I would not get one of the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones fit too. Like if this was my knife, I would buy the satin. If my knife was tipping, it's not happening. If that was my knife, I'd buy the satin. You know, just match it up. But it's a lot, and you don't have that sharp point. Look how much smoother this satin is. Look at the ramp. Tipping. It's not going to happen for you. The animal's going to break at night. So that is Javon's help for you guys tonight. Go to Amazon, search the VV clip. It does fit the Moyer L. That clip fits the Moyer L because I took the Moyer L clip, its brother clip, the Peloria, which those clips are identical, and that was the first clip that I put on my FG. So yes, it 100% does. It's a great clip. Gator Aaron and MagnaCut, this is going to freak you guys out because it's not, keep in mind, I'm an urban EDC guy, right? So what I do is, most of the stuff I do is open boxes and think about what would happen if somebody tried to steal my Slurpee. When I bumped into T. Denny and found these little apprentice knives for under $200, this is 63 or 64 MagnaCut. Acid washed. I'm also going to get a satin one with a carbon fiber handle. I'm just waiting for it to drop, and I have the money. He makes this knife by hand. It's got a swedge, and it is, let me find some paper on the ground. Hold on. Not only is it a little stabber, it's a little slicer. So it's much thinner. I don't even have to pull out my TKL because this is the Chickadee. This is my favorite MagnaCut fixie right now, but it wouldn't be if I was going to go out. I still want this one, but if I was going to go out and know I was going to beat on it, it would probably be my LT Wright because it's the biggest one. It's not my biggest one, but it would be my biggest one in MagnaCut, this one right here. Because from a survival standpoint, it would cover all the bases. I could dig with it. I could strike a fire with it. I just need to get a proper Kydex sheath. Because, guys, let's face it, I like a Kydex sheath. Or I need a custom sheath by Joe. And I've got two knives that have no sheaths that I have to send to him. And I keep forgetting. And I keep letting it not be a priority. And I've got everything I need to send it to him. Joe, they're coming if you're around, buddy. But another one that I really like, that I ordered another off a NAF sale, I ordered the bigger one. This is the Amsler Tools. These guys are on Etsy. They make what's called the Hurricane Razor. This one's an 80s finish, which the other one I got is just a raw titanium with a little flame anode going on, like on this clip. But it's got a clip so you can carry it in your shirt like a pocket. It's got these ribs to give you a little grip, or to put O-rings around to give you a softer grip. And it's got this wicked, wicked little Tonto blade. It's MagnaCut, Boss heat treated at about 64. And it's a great little jabber box opener. I wear it as a neck knife, and I ordered the full size. The full size is in 20 CV. But for a little knife like this, with fantastic retention, not going anywhere, really tight in the sheath, it's a great little Slurpee saver, little box opener, little detail craft knife, cut out something for your daughter's project or whatever your case may be. jab it in somebody's eye. Tippy. But this, and I don't know if you guys were around for when I showed you what pocket metal turned me on to. This is a fellow by the name of Teal Design Tools. Go to his Etsy store. Bear with me, because I bought two things from him, and I think they're both very cool. They're not for everybody because they're not cheap, but I'm going to show you why I like them. And I might be getting ready to crash, guys. If I crash, I'll be back. Come on, motherfucker. All right, here we go. So I need to go to Etsy. All right, don't do that to me. Called Teal, Teale Designs. Cool. Coming, guys. Bear with me. Damn it. The struggle busting up here. Not pulling up my fresh search. I know this because I'm a SEO guy. I'm a digital marketer, and I know it's fucking me and it's pissed me off. All right, let me go to the store. Here we go. Where we need to be? Except I'm not on his store. There it is. I apologize for the cat if y'all can hear it. Hopefully you can. So this is his Etsy store. So there's one with the Timascus clip, full size. He makes it in like 5 different sizes. And I got it on mass sale, so I got a good deal on. I paid full price for my mini. This is the mini, the 2049 that my black one I just showed you is in, and the one I just ordered is the 2049, which is the biggest one. This one says S35DN, which this one will be S35DN. This one's Magnico. But what's cool is not as much this. That's awesome. I picked that up from him, and you can get it with glow bars. But I picked up one of these um, bit drivers. It's not this one. Hold on, let's go back to the store. You might be sold out of them. That's not it. Looks different on my phone because I was just there yesterday and I saw it. Let's see. Hold on. Why is it not scrolling for me? Okay. Maybe he's updated it and he doesn't have any more of those available, but I'll show you what it is. And I bet he'll be doing more. But it's a pry bar. It's done out of anode titanium. You can see his TD. That's his stamp there. It's backwards because I've got it mirrored. But he's got these rare earth magnets in it. You can't hear anything rattling. But where those rare earth magnets are, it's anode over here. I've got a T6, a T8, a Phillips, and a T10 in there. And I can drop them to the magnet on the end, rink, 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 rink. Or if I've got something that's a little more stubborn, I've got a magnetic 1/4 inch on the end. It's not ratcheted, but it gives you that extra torque that you might need. So, guys, when I saw this, I bought this before the next item I'm going to show you because this is made in, I want to say Michigan. Let's see where Ams's store is before I misquote it. because it shipped to me really quickly. He is in back off, Tippy. You got a whole house you can fuck in. Narrowsburg, New York is where he is. And the other thing that I got from him was even a bigger investment, but I thought it was worth it because it's handmade, it's titanium, it's a folding utility knife. That's the teal design, the TD. What's cool about this, you can slow roll it and lock it. You heard it lock up. And then it's got this shark lock type deal. So what I do is she just did what she just did. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have a wife anymore, so I've got a bitchy cat. But anyway, it flicks out, and I've taken it apart because it is handmade. You can tell I wouldn't call it crude, but you can definitely tell that it is made by a mad scientist in his garage, and he did a great job. The way the blade retains, the way it disappears into the handle, the way it's centered, which it is centered, it's just the way that the assembly is. It's off to one side. You can use your finger and lock it in place like that, and you can feel it lock up right here. And then when you pull that back, it releases it. The cat wasn't here for the spark slide, I don't think. But I love this knife, guys. I don't know how often I use it. I'll probably use it for a unboxing knife because it is so easy to use. Being a whoops, being a box, having the box cutter, and I've got a bunch of blades. I got some tool steel blades, so I might check that out. And then I've got another knife that's actually less expensive that I could probably recommend higher, except it has been gritty lately. But I put some oil in it, and this is a Serge Panchenko G10 variation, which is just two G10 scales, very stiff though, very light, with the titanium assembly that is hooked up to a steel spring and a pivot, and then you put your blade in. It's a full half stop slip joint razor knife. So if it was me and I was going to get one non-needed, because both of these are, kind of want items, which one would I get? Um, this one was $169, handmade by one guy in America. This was $125, so I don't know. This is definitely a lighter knife, a knife that I have in my pocket more than this one, but this is one I keep in my drawer, my maintenance drawer, and I use it for boxes and stuff. So there's cool stuff out there. And again, I wouldn't have gotten into flip joints. What would it have been? 6, 7 months ago? We'll have to give something away here in a little bit. I've got something kind of in mind, kind of in Knife Nut 69. What's up? Kind of in the spirit of Dopey. It's not Fixie Friday though, but I've got kind of something that I think is pretty cool because the way I found out about this knife was when I was staying with Dopey at a play show, and I noticed he carried this in his Chuck Taylor, and I came home and I bought one. I first bought it Amazon. It wasn't an Ethan Grow. It was something with a gorilla on it, clone that I really liked. I might buy another one. I didn't like the sheath as much, and then I bought the Sabibi from a brother who cut me a deal on it. But the one I'm going to give away tonight, somebody here, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, is this little guy right here. that's got a clip already built into it, so you're gonna have to carry it either sideways like that or in your shoe or in your pocket. But it is a banger little. I sharpened it. It's sharp as shit. I hand sharpened it. I'm not Kyle Coonley, but I'm also very particular. And so that's going to go to somebody at some point tonight. And it's got the little Civivi doodad on it. This is how it came from Civivi. So I don't know what the band is, but one of you guys might. That'll probably be it for tonight. And then again, I'm not going anywhere now, but then I am I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. I'm not trying to pump memberships. What I'm trying to do is I've got very low tiers of membership set up there, and I'm trying to make it worthwhile because what will eventually happen is I'm going to have some knives that I sell, um, like Lefty does. You know, I might have this knife, and I could go on a live and say, "Hey, I'm getting rid of my Mini XO. Who wants it?" Right? Or I could do a members only sale where the members get the first 48 hours before I put them on that sale. Because at some point, I've got to get the channel not making money. I never want that to be the face. That's why I'm staying away from affiliate links. I'm working with 3 companies that I get no dinero from. All I get is, hey John, thank you. You sent 30 people to our site this week. And see, I'm a Google Analytics guy. So my business before I kind of stepped into unforced retirement is digital marketing, right? Knife nuts, thank you, brother. I will have a video for you to sign up for tomorrow because you will have a very good chance to grab a Thai gin with S35VN titanium. Fantastic knife. I just don't carry it a lot, but I hope somebody wins it because basically what's going to happen is every now and then I will have Vosteed join with me for giveaways, and I'm so blessed that they'll do that. And I want to make that available to everybody. But when I get into giving away or selling knives that mean a lot to me, I want to make sure that they go to channel members, and it's the only way I know how to do it. You know, I was watching Doom a couple of mornings ago and love him, and Kevin is one who's kind of led me just from his own actions as a hopefully to be a better person because I think he's a great person. Um, but he's saving all his ad revenue, the revenue he gets, so that he can eventually purchase a couple of nice knives to give away, which I think is beautiful. I mean, I think that's what the community is all about. And right now, I'm in a situation where I'm giving away some really good knives. I think they're good knives. They're knives that I've loved for several years, and I want to make sure that the people that have jumped on board. Thanks, Gator Aaron. And guys, I'm not doing this as a drive at all. I appreciate y'all more than you know. All I'm promising each and every one of you, from Twang Tang to Patina to Craig to Acid Test Kids to anybody who joins, is my focus is always going to be on the community as a whole and bringing everybody together. But when it comes down to what I give away out of my personal collection, it's got to be going to my ride or dies, the people that are just there for me. Whether you're there for me today and not tomorrow, I understand that. I mean, we're all living in a crazy time. So the fact that y'all would pledge $3 to me every month, I will make sure you get a great return on that investment. And at some point, hopefully, I don't want, and companies are weird about this, but what I don't want is affiliate links. I don't want to deal with little bitty commission checks or big commission checks and the whole tax ramifications of that. What I want is to work with knife companies or accessory companies that I personally use, that I know are good, at least for me, that I would recommend to a friend, right? And if they're willing to send me like TTL, like skiff workshop did, a couple of bearing kits to try, and then a couple of tools to give away. I'm all for that. And Voskade, they're willing to send me a knife every now and then. I don't get knives like a lot of the reviewers, but I don't deserve them, and I totally understand that. So hopefully, if I'm able to keep doing this at the pace that I'm able to do it at, I'll get more opportunities that'll only be more opportunities for you guys. So know I appreciate you and know that I'm not reading comments as well as I should, and I'm not putting out weekly content, but there will be the giveaway video tomorrow. And as a pledge tonight, which is Wednesday, I will try to record a members only video tomorrow. I just don't know what the content would be. What I thought about doing after seeing Metal Complexes was doing a box by box review like I did early on. I don't know how many of y'all watched that or how many members there were, but I took my high-end import box, my American box, what used to be my Stevie box, which I don't really have any Stevies left anymore. I think there's one in there. There are a lot of nicer knives in there. And then my Kershaw pinch box. But I've got like 3 boxes plus all my fixed blades of 88 plus slip joints now that I can break out into one box segments and take about 30 or 35 minutes. And then you guys, as members, could just have access to that. I don't know if that'd be something that'd be interesting or what. You know, it's just I want to do something that's good for you guys. I just don't know what's the best thing to do. I know giving away stuff's great, but I also want to give you guys some good content or stuff that other people, you know, that I can release down the road for others. But you guys, I'm not all about the early access because I think all of us guys that create, and I do it as a hobby, but just to create content, you try to schedule it out so you're not scrambling the day before to put together a video, right? Your work's going to be better, even if it's hack work like mine. It's going to be better if I record it several days out, and I might move it up, I might move it back, but the more content you get in your queue, so to speak, you can then kind of determine how to deliver it out daily because I like to have my videos. They used to come out at 6. Now they come out at 5 because I pick up, it's crazy, but like 4 to 5 views between 5 and 6. Well, I wake up at 5. So I know I'm up reading or watching YouTube content. So every day I'll have a video go out at 5. And then when an unboxing comes in, anytime I have a mail day, that's one of the reasons to subscribe. You'll be notified. And then if you're checking the bell too, and I go live, like for a random live, or if I have to do off the edge by myself, or I have to do a Metal Mondays live, you guys will be notified. I typically try to throw it up on the community post, but it doesn't always work that way, right? Sometimes it does. But I'm stoked every single one of you guys are here. And what I'm going to do, I'm not rushing anything because I've got nowhere to be. And I've got guests that still may join us, but I am going to do a giveaway so people can go to bed if they want to. Bear with me because I'm thinking, do we want to just do a StreamYard giveaway tool, or do we want to go give love to somebody? Everybody here is probably subscribed to Big Red. I don't know. Ghost Malone, how are you, brother? Let me find your channel. Maybe we'll go give Ghost Malone some love and see if we can pump his algorithm. Let's see what we got here. I'm not in YouTube. Damn it. There it is. Ghost Malone EDC. Is this you, buddy? I'm going to share this. And again, I don't know you, but you seem to know people. Chef Rocky, thank you, man. And I'm all for helping somebody out. If it does indeed help you out, is that you? Throw me a yeah out there, Ghost Malone, if that's you. And thank you so much, Chef Rocky. I appreciate you, buddy. And then what we'll do is I'll pick up, if that is Ghost Malone, I have found a video.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean from Ghost Malone EDC.
Ghost, are you Sean? All right. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to put a video link in the description. And what we're going to do is we're going to, like me, who is not, subscribe to Ghost Malone. And we're going to leave a comment, any comment, and just in y'all's comment, just say Javon somewhere in it. But please watch part of this video. I'll wait for you. I want to do the giveaway for a while. And I want to start watching this content. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this video. Rachel. Double D10, thank you, brother. Welcome, my man. I promise you guys, these memberships, not that others aren't, but will be, you'll get value out of them. We'll do different stuff. I've just got to figure out more stuff to do. And content, you know, I'm still a big believer in my content sucks. So if I give y'all 3 videos, that might drive people away. But what we're going to do is, did that link work out? Because I'm going to pin it. Let me go right here. Hopefully, guys, this won't crash us. Let's go and pin that. Uh-oh. Rent. And then while I'm in here, I just pinned it. I'm going to see if anybody is not a mod, like Gator Aaron is now a moderator. And let's see, Knife Nut is now a moderator. So I can't see the chat, but I'm in here writing some wrongs, making sure everybody can protect themselves in here and everybody can use them responsibly to promote your own pages, to promote your causes, to promote whatever you want to promote. Just be courteous to each other. Don't put each other in timeout for more than once. And that should have everybody wrenched up. If you're not wrenched up, let me know. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go back over here and we're going to see how many comments we're getting. You know what's funny? Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to click on my link. All right, we had 9 to start with. Let's go to the random YouTube picker. And let's see if it'll let me do this. Let's filter duplicate users. Let's do some math. Boom. All right, we've got 20 comments, guys. So what we want to do, if we've not yet joined or subscribed to our man here, we need to do that, and we need to watch some of the content. So Ghost Malone EDC has several videos. You don't have to watch that much, but I mean, this video that we're just looking at, if I was you guys, I'd watch a little bit of it. I'd thumbs up it. That's what I'm going to do. And, you know, anything you guys can do. What I've learned, and again, not being preachy, but I'm an SEO guy, which is search engine optimization. So a lot of people don't realize, but YouTube is not only a video platform, it's the 2nd largest search engine in the entire world, based on all kinds of traffic. I mean, it gets more traffic than Yahoo and Bing combined. So think how many times you've searched to fix something or to find out how to buy something or to look at something's review. You're typically going to be directed to YouTube. Not that you necessarily start your search there, but who owns YouTube? Google. So Google's algorithm is set up to focus on video based content. That's why Jared shows up so highly in any Google search for a knife, or metal complex, or Shabazz shows up so high. It's because more people that watch the videos, the more relevancy it gets. So my point for saying that is the littlest things, like watching a video, liking a video, or even disliking it, leaving a comment. If you ever, what I like to do is share videos from time to time. Sharing videos shows great engagement, and it doesn't necessarily make a difference on that video, but it makes a difference on future videos. So, if you guys are out there consuming content like I do, I always forget to show the love. David Helka, I've got to add you as a moderator, buddy. I agree. I mean, YouTube is Chris Hole. Doesn't look like you're a moderator. I'm going to make you a moderator too. But yeah, YouTube is the greatest place. Or if you're looking for a car or how to, when I used to rent a lot of cars for work, Colby, getting you a wrench, bud. When I used to rent a lot of cars, I'd sit down in the car and I'd pull up YouTube and I'd learn how to set up my Bluetooth radio if I had any questions how to do it. It would take me 2 seconds, or how to set the seats. Because if you drive different cars every week, you don't always know how to work them, right? So it's kind of cool to have YouTube as a tool. That's what I'm saying. If we all support each other, rising water lifts all boats. And that's why I think Nas Live is such a great, great thing. And we've been slack this year. I don't know how it's going to pull off, because we've got a lot to do in a short time. But it brings, I think, a lot of different members of the community together, because I think there are a lot of little communities that are kind of fragmented between different users, which is great. I think everybody should have their favorite content creator, right? I do think it's very healthy to get out there and look at a lot of different opinions, because a lot of times you might pick up something that makes a difference to how you would enjoy or not enjoy a knife versus somebody else who might not have that same hang up. I think of Lefty as the perfect example. He and I are great friends, but we have totally different expectations in knives. I can handle a knife that's much less uh, refined, if we want to say that, or maybe doesn't have the greatest, what do you want to call it? The greatest centering or the greatest detent. I can still love the knife. A perfect example is this Best Tech Sin. I'm sure I'm frozen. Hold on, let's see what's happening here. Wow. Uh-oh. I've doubled up. Possible you can't hear me. Do you hear me? Chick, chick. No sound. No sound. Crispy, you with me? All right, I'm gonna jump out. Good here. Can you hear it? Is it still choppy? I wish I could make this guy over here leave. Let me see if I can get this guy. All right. Can you hear me now? Hear me a little. All right. I want y'all to hear me good. So I'm gonna do this. Sit tight. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. How's that? My point is, Lefty would not like this type because it's got a lighter detail. I dig. Are y'all hearing it echo? Or is it just echoing? T-Ball, yeah, she's still the best. T-Ball starts earlier, and he starts Monday nights when I'm trying to scramble around to get ready to help Pocket Metal, do Metal Mondays. But I love T-Ball's live. And Saturday mornings, I'm usually just swamped with like sleep. Because guys, I'll sleep all night. I mean, I really have no good sleep habits. When it comes to night, I'm doing the whole night thing. Let's see how many comments we got. And I don't even know how many beautiful people we have over here. But I've got an ad that's kind of fucking with me. So let's see, we got 41 peeps. We've got an ad up that I don't want. I just want it to go away. Go away, ad. All right, 7 plus 6 is 13, if I remember correctly. Get YouTube comments. We had 20. We're up to 33. That is not bad, guys. We're at 33 and only 41 people in here. That is great. So, has everybody liked the video? Watched a little bit of the video, and we'll go back and watch it. Make sure you're subscribed to it. And the only reason to say that is, as you guys know, YouTube will scrub new subscribers if they think that it's been a bot invasion. And anytime we send a group of people, what it does is it shows higher growth than normal in subscribers. So you want to show YouTube that the creator, in this case, our man, has put in the time and the work, and he brought people over. So Ghost alone has got people coming in. They've all commented. They've watched the video. YouTube might still take a few of this up because YouTube's like that. Go back in a day or two, make sure you're still subbed, and let's support each other. I'm going to give a few minutes, just a few, and then we will. Well, it's after 12, and I'm sure you guys on the East Coast. Do we have any West Coasters here? It's earlier, guys. Let's see if we got any more. 5 plus 7. I'm not good at math. 8, 9, 10, 12. I'm going to say 12. Tab. Comment. 33. 8. Tab. Everybody here that's going to enter. It's pinned at the top. So if you're wondering how to click on it or how to find it, I pinned it at the top of the regular comments. All you got to do is go in there and like, subscribe, even if you're already subscribed. All right, you guys are awesome. I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna go for the win, and I wish all y'all luck. And I think that's 11, even though I don't do math in my head. Uh-oh. The captcha is wrong. Did I get the math wrong? 33. Here we go, guys. Good luck. I'm gonna share. I almost didn't do that. All right. You're right. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Damn it. Even when you can see the screen, guys. Not that. That one right there. Just share it. Can you guys see it? All right, I'm going to pull one more time just in case anybody jumped in there late. So we'll go 13, 33. We're going to go down here. Good luck, everybody. Pulling for Albany. Demon. The man, the myth, and the absolute legend. Did I read that right? Demon 13 is our winner of the Savini. Sweet little team. 13. Savini. Pixie. Congratulations, Team and all. You guys are awesome. It's a great win, buddy. You deserve it. You should be lucky and hot coming in for Friday night. See, I love all you guys. I love seeing someone that I recognize for being around since even before I had a channel. And you guys were around hanging out in Grateful channel with me years ago. We all hung out. Did y'all ever see the review or my unboxing on this new um, Rovivon? I didn't know how to make it do the auto on. I'm loving it. I figured it out. So remember how I couldn't get it to just auto on? So if I just push the back button and hold it, pop, pop, auto on, hit the front button twice, remembers the light setting, and it's fixed. Hit the back button, auto on. This is a great line. I think this might be my daily driver. I still, I'm wrestling. I'm wrestling because I like the form factor of this little guy. This is the nicer version than the little T9C one. This is the little T9C keychain one, which is also a good light. But this little one right here, 650, and it's a little bit taller. Oops, this one's a little bit taller than 2/4. This one right here. But they make this little bad boy in a titanium too. So they've got this one in a titanium. They've got the two bigger ones that I've got, and then they've got the different dual fuels. They're like these guys, but they're full titanium. And these are really cool because they do the same thing, push and hold, or double click, and it turns it on, cycles through. But the cool thing about these is they actually carry a second battery, the AAA that you can switch out. And some of them, giving those away, some of them have sunlight, and they're just cool. I like them, but my favorite, and I missed out. I went back today to see if they still had it. These are the county com. Let me show you these guys. You're gonna like. Y'all ever go to county com and shop there? I love that. That's where I've got a lot of my little bit holders. That's where I've got a lot of my little pry bars. Not pry bars to use for prying, but taking knives apart, doing stuff. But this is a great site. So we're just gonna go down here and we're gonna look at a few products. And then we're gonna go by light. They've got little titanium rulers. They've got these cool stuff. I think my cat just knocked over a ton of stuff out of my room, or I'm getting ready to shoot somebody. But let me show you these flashlights, and we'll do this over here. Wow. Let's go back to the top, and let's go to lights. And let me show you what this is. This one here is the one that I'm holding in my hand is a little guy. When I say little guy, that's an understatement. This is this guy right here. It's the mini LEP Cosmos laser flashlight. So LEP stands for laser um, emission projection. It's really like a lightsaber. So that one uses the 1450. It's certainly this little basketball size, just bright, straight light. Doesn't shoot any type of flood whatsoever. And it goes a half mile, 260 lumens to 100 lumens, but literally shoots 2,600 feet, half mile through it. But then they got the Big Daddy that just sold out that I could have bought because it came back to stock for 149. It's uses an 18650 or 2170. It comes with these inserts. These aren't tritium. These are glow inserts. They will hold tritium, which I think is super, super cool. But this is a little bit bigger. And this bad boy is a 1.5 mile beam, 6,300 feet, visible for 42 miles. And dude, I'm just telling you guys, Meritech, I've got regular lights. I've got these lasers, but check this laser out. Can you see that on my hand? Compared to this is going to flood out a lot more. See how that floods out so much more? And then if I can take my little ion Robivan totally floods out. Then I go back to my laser emitting projector. And I mean, I can feel the warmth. And if I shoot it at the wall, it's probably the size of a softball. I'm probably 20 feet away, and it's probably the size of a softball. It shoots like a beam of light. Banging cool, banging cool. Cartoons always push the bed best. I used to laugh and watch cartoons too. I've never seen that normal hours. So guys, I'm gonna show you something else for shits and giggles while we're sitting here hanging out. Uh-oh. I don't necessarily want to leave that site was killing me. I want to go here and then here. And then I want to go here. And I want to go here. And then I want to go. Let's see how I can go here. Here we go. All right, let's share this. Chicka. And guys, this is again not thinking. I would not buy anything here yet, but I'm starting to really work on coming up with some better designs for my Teespring store. So I've got a cool picture. I got this in the other day. I can bring it out here and show it to you. But that's the backside of it. It's getting cold. It's got choose, debate, not hate. And then it's got Javon's Night Flex. I like with the cat back there. And then it's got choose, debate, not hate. Got sweatshirt. And then I'm really digging these hats. This is kind of one of the rustic ones, and these are just choose, debate, not hate hats. Debate, not hate. Just really kind of simple. Do the same thing with what I call the Chiba toque. And I like the white toque. I think it shows up the best. The white or the light gray. I think it shows the logo the best. Choose, debate, not hate. And then I've got whoops. I jumped out, didn't I? God damn it. I keep bailing. I'm sorry, kids. I keep bailing on y'all. And I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm just trying to see what I'm actually thinking about doing and what I'm going to continue to do. Because what I refuse to do is to call you anything but friends who support the channel. I don't think it's worth calling you guys up against anyone who does this, but I never want to call you guys like Giovanna or, whatever. Y'all are knife guys who happen to dig the channel, and I appreciate it. But I've got some other kind of hats that are more the choose, debate, not hate. And on the back, it says choose, debate, not hate with an affinity loop because I like the affinity loop. I think it's kind of a positive deal. Or so these are cheesy. The glasses, if you drink, and these tumblers are cool. I'm not crazy about this hat because this is before I forgot that my logo was actually just getting flagged for no reason. But this is just printed out. Choose, debate, not hate. This was the first hat that I did. But both of these bottles came out really, really well. And that's about it. I'm trying to just add, I've got some different things and some different stuff that I want to do. But again, I want to make sure that I'm doing stuff that adds value to anything that you guys want to do. Never buy stickers here, never buy channel gear because I can do that for nothing. And then digital, I do have some iPhone and wallpaper downloads that you can or can't get. If you don't want to get them, just email me. Tell me that you want either a desktop or an iPhone or other size, and I'll just email you one. I just put that up there because uh, Teespring kept suggesting that I do that. So I don't know, just feeling it away, guys, feeling it away. So yeah, that's kind of what the deal is. That's kind of what the deal is. So everybody doing good? Everybody still kicking it? Are y'all getting tired? I don't want to keep y'all up. This is a Wednesday, and we've only been going almost been going till 2. Maybe we go till 1 o'clock Central Time. Okay, Smith. All right, hold on a second, guys. And I'm trouble about reading, that's why I appreciate y'all working together. So what we want to do is we want Lauren, I'm back to the email address up here. I want Lauren to email me. That'll let me send him a tracking number too as soon as I print the label tonight. But and I'm gonna do a Javon email too. Right now I've got everything set to nice live, and I'm the only person that gets it. So if you send Lauren, you are the winner. And if you will send your mail address, if you want to put your phone number in there, I can add it so I can text you with updates. You don't have to. I like to be able to grab your email because I'll send you a tracking and we'll hook up with whatever you track stuff with. But yeah, you guys, I'm trying to stay caught up with the comments on all the other pages, and I want to make sure, guys, that you guys take care of the people you want to take care of. And I think that's the kindest way to do it because I feel guilty anytime somebody sends me a knife. When Five Doors this knife, as appreciative as I am, I just don't feel worthy. I don't feel deserving. Um, I love it. I just don't feel deserving. I'd much rather. I feel. I guess it's a coward's way out, but I feel gratified when I can give somebody a knife, and then whether they let me know or not, you never ever have to let me know that you got the knife, you like it, that you hate it. You can sell it on mass sale. You can do whatever you want. But it does pump me up. You guys say, hey, I got it. I gave it to my niece, or I got it. I really enjoy it. Or I got it. It's going to make a really good friend. A knife. And that's what it's all about. Is paying things forward and really looking out for each other as a group. Because I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon because I don't want to get banned. But times are getting nutty, nutty, nutty. It's a weird, weird time. And I think a collective group of individuals who are like minded, who all get along, who already have a relationship to some extent, who are staggered strategically across the country, are a good thing. I think we need to stay strong during these times. I think we need to stay connected during these times. And I realize that it's healthy to dump out of the community. It's very healthy to peace out from time to time because it's constructive. I mean, it takes a lot of my time. Luckily now, it's taking more time trying to pick up and create stuff to put in that you guys want to watch. 'Cause I'll be honest with you, analytics show me what I'm convinced none of y'all like, but what the majority of the people are watching, and it's fixed blades. People love fixed blades. Then they love slip joints, or then they model modern folders, a lot less slip joints, probably 4 times less. And then they like slip joints. They don't care for them that much. They love shorts with slip joints. But being a digital marketer, what I like to do for fun is run these experiments, right? Where I'll use the exact same hashtag. I'll post the short at the exact same time within 60 seconds of each other. and they can perform night and day. And they could one can being beaten by 2,400 views when I go to bed, and I can wake up the next day, another one's 2,400 views ahead of it, and it's all coming from India. It's just no rhyme or reason. So the point is, I like building community around what we do. So that's why, for me, membership, and I probably ought to look at seeing if I can even do a less to tier because it's more about bringing people in to know. I can use the community tab, but I never post the word giveaway is because what that does is that brings in people have clients that go out and scroll. I know this because it's my business. That scroll YouTube and they're opportunists. They look for people who are trying to refinance their houses and they try to sell them a comparable product that's usually worse. Or they use it for nefarious reasons, like to get it on giveaways. They're never in the giveaways, but they see it in somebody's title, bees, and they come and they flood the giveaway, and that's what they all ask. They ask in mental complexes, have you done the giveaway yet? Have you done the giveaway yet? I never want people here for the giveaway. That's why if you come up and I've never seen you before, and you make no one in the community in the chat can vouch for you. If someone in the chat, I've had it happen before, said, "Oh, I've seen this guy. He's legit." That's all it takes. All I don't want is what Fear to Doom calls a turd burger. Somebody saying the word coming in. And what I look at that as taking advantage of a community of people who have supported me, who I've seen support other members in the community, and I'm in a position where I can do a few kind things for someone, and I want to make sure they go to the people who I should choose they go to, right? So I think this is a fair way to do it. I think this is the best way to do it, and I appreciate you guys. I really do, and I think that it's more than just a knife community. I think we need to start coming together and bring our other factions of the knife community together to find out who we're most like, because I think safety in numbers is a good thing. And I think like-minded people strategically positioned around the country can't be a bad thing. I mean, if I'm down around Chicago, I know I can call Jared Nees. If I'm broken around the Tri-Cities area, I know I can call Tri-State. If I'm out on the West Coast, I can call ENG, I can call D2, I can call Pocket Metal, I can call Big Red. Think about it. We have connections all around the country. If I'm in Michigan, I can get in touch with Forrest. I can get in touch with Grumpy. I can get in touch with others. It's just use these opportunities to really join together each other, learn each other's ins and outs. I know all y'all do that. I know y'all keep up with each other on the phone. You look out for each other. You pray for each other. You lift each other up. And that's what community is all about. And that's why, in all truth, I end all my videos, always have, and it comes from a thing I read from Simon Sinek talking about why or something about his leadership. I've got so many Simon Sinek books, but he basically says leadership boils down to looking out for the person to your left and looking out for the person to your right. And the whole thing boils into trust. So when you think about that and you think about companies that trust and value their employees, the employees work better for them. So if you look out for the guy or gal to your left in the community and you look out for the guy or gal to your right and you look out for each other and you go forward with love in your heart and you see somebody bullying Brand or somebody else in the community in the chat, you can jump in there and kind of be a white knight and say, hey, man, I mean, you're probably trying to be funny, but I'm going to ban you, even if they got a ban hammer too, because I'll bring you back. Um, just just keep looking out for each other and know that this is much bigger than just a group of people that love each other that love us. I think we have enough common interests and enough differences to make us very, very, very strong community. And I think companies listen to us. I ordered last week my Max Days longer for my Meerkat that they put on their website right after your needs contacted them, and it's about this long now. And I love I love Matt's face. I love this little chunky S90V knife. The pocket didn't even work for me. It just wasn't great. But as I say it, but Jared, looking out for the community, guys. He's a fantastic individual. His knife's going to be awesome. It's on the website now. Check it out. Um, TKL Knives. I'm a big fan of theirs. I'm a big fan of Jim and his wife. Susan. They have really done this from their shoestring. They built it up, and uh, I think they're good people. I think it's all about finding the right people that can produce you what you're expecting in a product that will take care of that product forever once it's been delivered to you, and don't ask a lot of questions. And that's what makes us all happy to do business with a company like that again. And we know a lot of times, hey, Tim, I should have done this tonight, but I had to. I was camping. I tried to drive it through. I hit a knot. Look what it did to the blade. He'll probably replace the knife. It's just people know that the value of a person is greater than the cost of the knife. Word. And that's what Tim said tonight. He does. I'm going to bring up his website right now because I'm a huge believer in TKL. They have sent me a couple of knives to check out because they'd seen me at Blade Show. We met. They're good friends of mine. I've always gone to their live streams. I've always chatted in. And this is the one that's coming soon. I'm going to share it right now. Now, it's not my jam, but it's a self-defense knife. It's a tactical knife. It comes with or without a the G10 handle allows it to have either ring or no ring. So it comes with one sheath, one grip choice, one clip choice, and it can be double edged, single edged, and Jared's is 0.165 thick ACRV 61 HRC. It's got the black oxide nitride coating, which takes it up to another 80 CRV or 80 HRC. And then it has an eccentric grip, allows you, like on a lot of the knives, to change out from a ring knife to a regular. I love this horn clip right here. I really want this knife. This is the knife that has taken the place of my daily driver for, I love this knife. It's this guy right here. It's small but comfortable. Um, but yeah, just a great company. And Jared's knife, again, it's not what I would normally go for because I'm not a self defense guy. But you can get it with the metal ring, or you can get it with the removable G10 ring, um, which basically you can change out your grip. It comes with two, and they do it black, and they do it, and it didn't change the color, did it? Go. Well, they just protos now. But if you go to the times, I'll show you the ones I have in my collection. I'll show you what I love. Can y'all see the mill lines here in the blade? Can y'all see these mill lines up there like they do on American Blade Works? Anyway, I go. I've got the product, as I showed you that. I've got the regular, which this was just, they call them pre-sales, and I've told Tim and Suzanne, the owners, they're not pre-sale. The knife community thinks a pre-sale is I'm going to give you money, you're going to go pay to have it made, and it's going to come back. That's not how Chick-fil-A works. They're more reservations. So what they do is they take orders for knives, they get water jetted, and that they make in-house. So it's basically, we want to know how many to have because we've got contracts with other law enforcement agents who want to release these to the public, and that's what it is. It's really a reservation. That's why it only takes 30 days for once the reservation is closed for the knives to be delivered because they're made right here in Georgia. So, for example, this knife right here, I love it if it didn't have the little ring. And this one has a steel ring, right? Not the choice except for color. And it's a little longer than I would normally like. But come back, this knife right here. This is the new revised. I've got an old blim. Where'd it go? I've got a blim coming out from somewhere. Here it is. And this is last year's combined, so the swedge is a little different. But this is just a great, small, chunky knife. And you can get it in 80 CRV2, which Tim's convinced is the best. Some of these you can get in Nitro V. But they just got so many neat designs that once they, and I've been working them since I met them to make smaller knives for us EDC people that want to carry little knives that are going to be effective for self-defense. And this little knife, if you shrunk it down to 6 inches, took the ring off, I would jet the shit out of that with somebody if they came after my Slurpee. Just cool stuff. You guys read about them. I've got a discount code. I'm sure Jared does. If you go, I think I've got it in my thing here. You just basically go to, let's go to Skiff Made Blades, blah, blah, blah. Let's just do this. Let me go to this scanner for a little bit, and I'll just put the simple one up. Let's go to this one right here. So you go to www.tkillknives/discount/Javon10, and then buy anything and use Javon10 at checkout, you'll save 10%. I know that's like a lot of work. It's the architecture of their site. So if you just set tkillknives/discount/Javon10 as your homepage, it'll take you to the same homepage. It'll just allow that code to work if you want it to work. And that's totally up to you guys. I get nothing for it. It's not an affiliate link. It's just the way their Google Analytics allows them to see if I'm sitting on traffic. And that's my only goal is I believe in a company and it's something that I buy and I use and I would recommend to a friend. I don't mind shilling for the company because I'm not shilling for my own personal riches. I'm shilling because this is a small company that I truly believe in. Or in the case of Leon Ma, who's a bigger company who I totally believe in. Where did I put that knife? Here it is. Quit shit. I will have as a guest try to get people to look at this knife with a different set of eyes. And I know it's hard because it was such a unique situation, but it's such a great knife. I know Lord Needham, who owns the same knife, would agree with me. It's had a major overhaul since all the shit went down. It didn't change what happened personally, but we all have to put that shit behind us. We don't put it behind us, but it's healthy too. But guys, I'm so touched. So many of y'all hanging out with me late into the night, and I know some of y'all are on Eastern time. Some of you guys are on Western time. I was hoping some of my Western time buddies. That's why I'm going to try to hang out till one, see if any of them pop in, like James D2 or Ian G. I shot some of my Madison people that might be out, and I know they've got families, and Maddie had a lot tonight, which was great. And then I had to switch over to Jared because I knew Tim was going to be on there. And they've got a live every Saturday morning. Detail Knives does. It's pretty early, about 8 o'clock, but they do a good job. Gator, I know we're all getting tired, brother. And y'all remember, we're only 2 days from Friday, and that's when the giveaway will get fun. So tonight was awesome. If I'm not mistaken, it is going to my man Lauren, and he's going to send me an email, or he might have already done that. Check. Whoops. Lauren has sent the email. He will go out. Well, the label will get printed tonight. I'll put it in the mailbox tomorrow, right before the oh, from London. Good man. But hey, as long as y'all are having fun, that means more to me than anything. I'm no tri-state. I'm not witty. I'm not going to do stuff like that. But if you guys keep each other company and you feel like you belong here, that's all I want. I want this to be a place for people to hang, talk knives, bit, whatever you need to do. I don't know what you're talking about, but all I can think about is Elizabeth Hurley. She's my second favorite follow on Instagram. Right behind uh, Countess Anne. She's such a sweetheart. Let's do this because I might buy something. I haven't been in tonight. Let's go to Nashville real quick. I have no affiliation with Nashville except I use it. I've not sold anything on it, but I bought several things off of it that, like A100, I wouldn't have normally bought. My Griffin, uh, my Griffin Scout 255. Josh Manson, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, my man. You are a jumping scholar, and we will have future shippings. I promise you that. I want every member to at least win one of my knives. So we've got a Wheatus Spree in, James Brand, GS2 Penguin, little fidget for 125. I think that's an Amazon one though. So I can go quick and see if there's anything that, and these are all new from earlier today. That's a nice knife, but yeah, I saw these today. And there was this knife I thought was too high. Not that one. I'm gonna say that was the one that sold. I can buy it on Amazon for that. Appreciate that. I can have it shipped to me prompt quicker than you can get it in the box. That's about he's got the scale in there to keep it from being holy. Whoops. Let's see what else is in here. What's in my cart? I didn't put this in there. But yeah, you can find it, especially like if you've seen a knife here that you like, but it was too high. You watch these knives right here by Super Steel Steve. My buddy at Briscoe, A to Z EDC. I think I showed you those on his page, how thin they were. He has three of them, and one of them's a paring knife. It's this knife. And Steve said it's a perfect bushcraft knife on top of being a perfect paring knife. But this thing is bad ass. Magna 190, 63 HRC. But there are a lot of makers. I know Shed Knives for a while was selling on here. That's where I ran into it. I bought mine. And then you've got this Shiro. I'm not a big Shiro fan. This I thought was high. I like it, and it's gorgeous, but and I know a lot of expensive parts in it, but as a monitor, you should know that you're not going to really get that back out of the knife. At least I do. And I rarely sell knives. I give them away, but I have sold a few. And I know that when it's been modded, I'm not going to necessarily reap that. Now, this is different. I think that's sexy, but I wouldn't pay that for it. When you've got a chunk for one, and then there's another chunk in here, which are kind of cool when you think about it. But not Tinder are cool. And I just say that it's the same price. This is another one of Super Steel Steve's. And guys, he's a Georgia Knife Guild member. So he's not just a guy making them in his garage. I'm trying to get him to make a small fixie for me. But you never know what you'll find on here. I missed out on a little tie. What was it? Tie ideas, just tie design ideas pin. Seeing if it's still on here. Let's do this. Let's search for it. Nope. Get in there. See what the fuck's that? Let's go over here. Let's go back to the home page. Let's look at EDC accessories. There's my Morrison pin. Don't want that. There was a little tie design. It was a good price. If it's on there, nope. Somebody bought it. It was a good price. It's like 110. Last night we looked at. Y'all hang with me. I'll be back with you. We're just going to take a quick look. I'm going to filter out some stuff. There's some G10 and designs. There's a titanium 1428. The one I'm selling or giving away, titanium in S35. So it's like an older version. Back when they were doing center. Ooh, I like that. But that's kind of rich. I like a big light just for fun. I've seen up that. I'm going to go to this one real quick. These are the sites I check on the regular. Been interested in that ever since Jared showed it. Go to this. I've seen those. Ah! Fuck! They've got 3-inch tri-way hinders in stock, guys. If anybody's looking for a 3-inch Spanto, I've got a 3-inch slicer and a 3.5-inch Spanto. But guys, there it is, and these guys sizzle. So they've got Stonewash 20 CV, Stonewash Bronze, and Stonewash Blue 20 CV. I would, if it was me, I would put this one right here. And then hardware, 3.5. But guys, there's 3 hinders right there, which makes me want to say Blade, because Blade HQ had McNeese today, 2 of them. All right, that's no good. Let's go to DL2. But yeah, guys, out there if you are a hinder guy or gal. Ooh, Grizzly 260 at DL2. D2. Look at the Pete with Pete Tanto. Sick. We might as well do Smoky Mountain Knives just so I can show you guys the deal of the week. First, let's see what they're doing now. Right, nothing changed there. Watch this. If you like brown, you go here and you go Raptor. And look, 375, 375, marked down to 71. Same knife. It's a great deal, guys, if you're looking for something like this. But I love every one of you guys. I'm gonna let you go. Know that I'll see you. Know that I'll see you Friday night. I'll have a giveaway video for the members posted tomorrow. I hope every single one of you will enter it. Even if you don't want it, you can keep it and give it to somebody or sell it. I would if I want it and didn't want it, I would put it on mass sale for $150. That's what I would. But guys, thank you for coming out. Thanks for hanging out with me. It humbles me. I love each and every one of you. Please look into the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Know I love you all.